Do you ever truly choose? Or is every decision you make, from the coffee you drink to the person you love, an elaborate illusion, meticulously crafted by forces you can't even perceive? What if the very fabric of your free will is nothing more than a sophisticated puppet show, with you as the unwitting lead, dancing to a tune you didn't compose? For centuries, philosophers, theologians, and scientists have grappled with the profound question of free will versus determinism. Is our destiny woven into the very fabric of the universe from the moment of the Big Bang, a predetermined sequence of cause and effect? Or do we, as conscious beings, possess a genuine capacity to steer our own ship, to make choices that are truly our own? This isn't just an abstract academic debate. It pierces the core of who we believe ourselves to be, affecting our understanding of morality, responsibility, and the very meaning of life. From the Stoics, who believed fate was immutable, to the Enlightenment thinkers asserting human agency, the pendulum has swung back and forth. Modern science, particularly neuroscience, adds a new and unsettling layer to this ancient puzzle. Researchers observing brain activity have made discoveries suggesting that our brains often decide prior to our conscious awareness of that decision. These studies, often cited as evidence against free will, propose that the feeling of choosing might merely be an afterthought, a narrative our minds construct to make sense of actions already set in motion. This implies that the you doing the choosing is actually just observing a choice that has already been made by deeper, unconscious mechanisms. Before we unpack these potentially uncomfortable truths, let's establish some foundational concepts. If our choices are not our own, then whose are they? Or what forces are at play? To peel back the layers of this illusion, we must first confront the silent architects of our decisions, our own cognitive biases. The human mind, for all its complexity, is a master of shortcuts. We fall prey to confirmation bias, actively seeking out information that affirms what we already believe, reinforcing our existing worldview. We succumb to anchoring bias, letting the first piece of information we encounter disproportionately influence subsequent judgments. And then there's the herd mentality, the unconscious urge to conform, to follow the crowd even against our better judgment. These aren't malicious external forces. They are built-in features of our mental operating system, designed for efficiency, not necessarily for objective truth or sovereign choice. Think about the last time you bought a new phone or chose a restaurant. Did you objectively evaluate every single option, or did you gravitate towards what was familiar, what your friends recommended, or what was advertised most heavily? The illusion begins internally, shaped by these invisible filters. But the puppeteers don't stop there. Societal conditioning plays an enormous role. From the moment we are born, we are immersed in a culture that shapes our values, beliefs, and aspirations. Our education systems, religious institutions, media, and even our family structures subtly program preferences and prejudices into our minds. We are encouraged to pursue certain careers, value specific ideals, and consume particular products. This isn't necessarily overt manipulation, it's the pervasive influence of our environment. Consider something as simple as fashion. Do you genuinely choose your clothing style, or are you responding to trends, peer pressure, and the vast marketing machines of global brands? What we perceive as personal taste is often a carefully cultivated response to external stimuli. These are patterns we absorb, blueprints for living that we seldom question. And then we confront the most overt and insidious form of manipulation: corporate design. Companies spend billions on behavioral psychology, neuromarketing, and data science to understand our deepest desires and vulnerabilities. They meticulously craft user interfaces, product placements, and advertising campaigns designed to nudge us, to steer our choices towards their offerings. Think of the endless scroll of social media, engineered to hook your attention and keep you engaged, or the strategic placement of impulse buy items at a supermarket checkout line. These aren't accidental. They are engineered environments designed to make you choose in a way that benefits someone else. Even democratic processes, the very cornerstone of free choice and governance, are not immune. Political campaigns employ similar tactics, using targeted messaging and emotional appeals to sway voters, often bypassing rational deliberation entirely. The narratives we consume, the outrage we feel, the causes we champion, how much of this is genuinely self-generated, and how much is a reaction to an expertly orchestrated symphony of information designed to elicit a specific response. So, what does this mean for us? What happens when you look behind the curtain and realize your choices might not be your own? This realization can be profoundly unsettling. It challenges the very foundation of personal merit, moral accountability, and the idea of achieving anything through sheer self-will. If every action is a link in an unbreakable chain of cause and effect, then terms like blame or praise begin to lose their traditional meaning. This isn't a call for nihilism, but a confrontation with a different kind of reality. Experiments like Benjamin Leibotz's work on readiness potential, where brain activity correlated with a decision was observed milliseconds before the subject reported consciously making that decision, provide stark, if debated, scientific evidence. More recently, fMRI studies have shown specific brain regions lighting up predictive of a choice up to 10 seconds before conscious awareness. Imagine a world where our brains are making decisions long before we even know about them. The experience of choosing becomes akin to an observer watching a movie rather than a director dictating the plot. This isn't to say we're mere automatons. The debate around free will is nuanced, with some scientists suggesting that while primal decisions might be unconscious, our conscious mind still plays a role in vetoing or refining these initial impulses. Perhaps free will isn't about originating a thought, but about consciously endorsing or rejecting it. But even this censor role reduces our agency to a reactive rather than a proactive state, which is still a significant departure from the romanticized notion of a sovereign, self-starting will. The scariest part? Most of us never question it. We live our lives believing in absolute autonomy, blissfully unaware of the unseen currents guiding our every move. The implications extend far beyond individual psychology. They touch upon our justice systems, our educational philosophies, and our understanding of human nature itself. If we are not truly choosing, how can we be held accountable? If our desires are manufactured, how can we pursue genuine happiness? The unsettling truth is, the more we understand the mechanisms of our minds and the influences around us, the less free our choices appear. To this day, the complete picture remains elusive, yet the evidence for an illusion of choice continues to mount. This isn't about surrendering to fatalism, but perhaps about gaining a profound new perspective on our own agency. If we understand how susceptible we are to internal biases, external conditioning, and sophisticated manipulation, we can begin to cultivate a more conscious awareness. It's a call to pause, to question, to critically examine the origins of our impulses, desires, and decisions. Maybe true freedom isn't about absolute choice in a deterministic universe, but about the freedom to recognize the forces at play and perhaps to redirect them. If our conscious will is a passenger on the ship of our subconscious, perhaps we can learn to read the charts and influence the captain. Understanding the illusion of choice might be the first step towards a more authentic form of living, where we actively seek to understand why we want what we want, rather than simply pursuing what feels chosen. To truly grapple with this question is to embark on a journey of self-discovery unlike any other, revealing the intricate dance between nature, nurture, and the mysterious depths of human consciousness. If you want more mysteries like this, the next video explores the unsettling phenomenon of Mandela effects and mass false memories,